Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. As we know that we are studying about differentiation and integration, and we have studied what is the basic formula in integration and what is the relation between integration and differentiation, and what are the formulas in differentiation as well as in integration related to trigonometric ratios, logarithms and exponential function. Now, last class we have taken all those formulas. So let me start one question related to same differentiation or integration, but depending on trigonometric functions. Like, suppose y equal to sin theta minus cos theta and x equal to cos theta plus sin theta. Then the question is find dy by dx. See, y is function of theta, x is function of theta, but they are asking dy by dx. Then you have to think in this way. As y depending on theta, you can find dy by d theta. As x depending on theta, you can find dx by d theta. Then dy by dx equal to dy by d theta by dx by d theta. This is called like manipulation based questions. So sometimes in physics also two different will come, like x and y, two different quantities. They depend on same variable like theta. Then also you have to do in this way. So that first you can find dy by d theta, then you can find dx by d theta, then you can do the question. So here see, dy by d theta equal to d by d theta of sin theta minus cos theta equal to differentiation of sin theta minus differentiation of cos theta equal to differentiation of sin cos, differentiation of cos minus sin. So it will become cos theta minus of minus plus cos theta plus sin theta. Now the x. So dx by d theta. So d by d theta of cos theta plus sin theta equal to here d by d theta of cos theta plus d by d theta of sin theta. Now d by d theta of cos theta is minus sin theta, d by d theta of sin theta is cos theta, nothing but cos theta minus sin theta. Then dy by dx equal to dy by d theta, that is cos theta plus sin theta by dx by d theta, that is cos theta minus sin theta. So this way you can do it. Even you can simplify further also, that is cos theta if you take common 1 plus sin theta by cos theta. Here also cos theta if you take common 1 minus sin theta by cos theta. Then equal to cos cancel 1 plus sin by cos tan theta 1 minus tan theta. So this way you need to understand the way of simplification, the way of getting ideas to solve in a particular manner depending upon the question given. So that is the purpose I have given this example, so that you will understand the differentiation of trigonometric ratios, you can understand the manipulation and you can understand the simplification. All are important at typical level of solving in physics, right? So this is one example. Also, one question I give you for integration. Like, let's take integration 1 plus 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 whole power 1 by 2 d theta, where 0 to pi by 2 limits. So this is the question they have given. In physics, you may not get this type of questions, but in somewhere in some particular topic, you may have to use the technique of manipulation and understanding the question. Manipulating according to the given options, both are important. So that, let's see. So here 1 plus 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2 power 1 by 2. But we don't have any formula in integration for this. We have the formula for sin, cos, but we don't have formula for sin and cos together. And you cannot write separately also because it is under root. So that you should get the idea in this way. This is completely purely depends upon your way of thinking and approaching question. Here 2ab form. So that 1 I can write it as sin square theta by 2 plus cos square theta by 2 plus 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Power how much? 1 by 2. So 1 means sin square x plus cos square x, where x is theta by 2, theta by 2. So this value is 1, same. But if you look at this, a square plus b square plus 2ab, nothing but a plus b whole power whole square and whole power 1 by 2. This is like a plus b plus 2, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So I can write it as a plus b whole square, but already power 1 by 2, so 2 get cancelled. So it will come sin theta by 2 plus cos theta by 2. So I reduce this function into this simplest form, so that I can write it as integration sin theta by 2 d theta, or in this place sin theta by 2 plus cos theta by 2 d theta from 0 to pi by 2. Now you can write separate integrations. Integration sin theta by 2 d theta plus integration cos theta by 2 d theta, where 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Now integration sin theta d theta. Sin theta is cos theta. Sorry, minus cos theta. Integration of sin is minus cos theta. But here it is not theta, theta by 2. I told you this formula, integration sin ax dx equal to minus cos ax by a. Integration of sin is minus cos, and x coefficient will become divider. Then here it will become minus cos theta by 2 by, what is the coefficient? 1 by 2, from 0 to pi by 2 plus integration of cos ax dx. Integration of sin is, integration of cos is sin, and x coefficient will become divider. So that here integration of cos theta by 2 is sin theta by 2 by coefficient 1 by 2, 0 to pi by 2. So 2 will go up, 2 will go up here. So that here minus 2 sin theta by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Here plus 2, oh sorry, this is cos. So here sin theta by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Now, if you apply the limits, substitute the limits, cos upper limit pi by 2, pi by 2, you have to substitute in place of theta. Why? Because you are integrating with respect to theta. So the limits you have to substitute in place of variable. So here theta pi by 2 by 2. So pi by 4 minus cos. Here lower limit is 0 plus 2 into same sin pi by 2 by 2 pi by 4 minus sin 0 equal to 2 into cos here 2 I will take common cos pi by 4 1 by root 2 cos 0 1 2 I took common sin pi by 4 1 by root 2 sin 0 0. So that here the simplified answer I write here. So 2 into 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, 2 by root 2 minus 1 equal to 2 into 2 by root 2 minus 1. So this way you can solve the questions. I am sure that same question will not come in physics. But here main thing you should understand, you should develop that the manipulation needed and the way of calculation, everything is needed in physics. So for that purpose I have given this example. So even previous example and this example also you can learn the method. You can learn the technique. You can think of how better you can manipulate the given equation into simplest form so that the solving question becomes easier. So that is what mainly you need to focus, right? So this type of questions you please practice related to trigonometric ratios. Also, one more thing. So in physics, let us take one example to understand differentiation. Suppose acceleration, velocity is 2x minus 1, then find acceleration. So the question is velocity given in terms of x and they are asking acceleration. So velocity is a function of x where x is displacement and they are asking acceleration equation. See, we studied or we have taken the formula that acceleration is dv by dt, rate of change of velocity or differentiation of velocity with respect to time. See here, a equal to dv by dt equal to d by dt of v is 2x minus 1 equal to, here two terms are there, so write them separately, minus d by dt of 1 and 2 is constant, take it out, so dx by dt minus differentiation of 1 constant 0 equal to 2 into dx by dt, nothing but v. Dx by dt is nothing but what? V. So here the acceleration came in terms of velocity, right? Now 2 into v value already we know, 2x minus 1, so 2 into 2 4x minus 2. So we got acceleration, or else see, because dx by dt is what? Dx by dt is rate of change of displacement or differentiation of displacement with respect to time, nothing but what? Velocity. Or else what you can do is here, a equal to actually dv by dt. The technique of manipulation I am telling. You multiply with dx. Divide with dx because no change happens. Now dx by dt, that is v. Then dv by dx. So acceleration also you can write it as v dv by dx. Now what is dv by dx? So d by dx of v value they have given 2x minus 1 equal to d by dx of 2x minus d by dx of 1. 2 is constant, 2 into dx by dx minus 0 because differentiation of constant 0. Now 2 into dx by dx is 1 equal to 2. So what is dv by dx? We got 2. But what is acceleration? V dv by dx. So v into dv by dx is 2. So 2v. So here 2v, here also 2v. So the way of solving question depends on you. You can manipulate. But sometimes it becomes compulsory. Or sometimes you may get alternate method also. But look at the question, understand it and use the application of mathematics. Otherwise, it will become difficult. Now, let's take one more question. So, v equal to 1 by 2x minus 1. Now, they are asking find acceleration in terms of time. Find acceleration in terms of time. Right? Now, acceleration you need to find. They have given velocity. I told in the last class. If they give displacement and asking velocity or asking acceleration, then you will use differentiation. If they give acceleration and they are asking velocity, or if they are asking velocity and they are asking displacement, then you will use integration. But here they are asking, no sorry, not acceleration, displacement. Or displacement and acceleration both, suppose. Now what you have to do is, see here, here v, what is v? Differentiation of displacement with respect to time, 2x minus 1. Now cross multiply it, 2x minus 1 dx equal to dt. So 2x minus 1 dx equal to dt. Then go for integration both sides. Integration 2x minus 1 dx equal to integration dt. Then write separately integration 2x dx minus integration 1 dx equal to integration dt is nothing but t. Then here 2 integration x dx minus integration dx is x into t. Limits 0 to x, 0 to x. So here 0 to xy, particle will start at one point. So initially 0 displacement. After some time it will cover some displacement that they have not mentioned. That's why I have taken x. So that 0 to x and here 0 to x. 2 into integration x dx, x square by 2, x power 1. So x power 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1. Here substitute the limits. 2 get cancelled. So x square minus 0 square minus x equal to t implies x square minus x equal to t. So this is the relation between displacement and time. right? So this way you can get the way of solving the question depending upon the given question. But here also I said displacement and acceleration. Displacement and acceleration in terms of time. But to find acceleration it will become difficult because the relation is not that simple. So when you want to find acceleration equal to, take it. Acceleration is dv by dt. Then you need to go for differentiation, 1 by 2x minus 1. But this kind of differentiations, it will become typical, difficult. I will show you. So d by dt of 2x minus 1 whole power minus 1. So here if you observe, d by dx of x power n equal to n into x power n minus 1. But here it is not x, it is 2x minus 1. It is not just simply x, it is 2x minus 1 or anything, not simply x. Then I gave one more formula that d by dx of y power n equal to n into y power n minus 1 into dy by dx. Now if you compare this with this, here 2x minus 1 in place of y. Power n, that is minus 1. Then what you will write? You will apply the formula first. So minus 1 into 2x minus 1 whole power minus 1 minus 1. Like n into y power n minus 1 into dy by dx. That is d by dx of, what is our y? 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. So that equal to minus 2x minus 1 whole power minus 2 into there d by dx of 2x minus 1. So 2 into dx by dx minus d by dx of 1 equal to minus 2x minus 1 whole power minus 2. 2 into 1 minus 0 equal to 2. So minus 2 into 2x minus 1 whole power minus 2. So now you got the equation for acceleration. Acceleration, the 2 in terms of x. So minus 2 by, I can write it as 2x minus 1 whole square. I brought to denominator. So power became plus. Or else you can also write minus 2 by 2x minus 1. So what I can write it is minus 2 into 1 by 2x minus 1 whole square. 1 by 2x minus 1 whole square, nothing but 1 by 2x minus 1 whole square. So that minus 2 into 1 by 2x minus 1 is v. So I can write it as v square. So acceleration in terms of x you can find, acceleration in terms of v you can find. But you cannot find acceleration in terms of time. Only displacement and time relation you can find. So according to this only they will give in the question. So don't worry. What is possible, that only they will give. So this way, this kind of differentiation is like bit typical and bit difficult to understand and especially to solve. But these type of questions may come at typical level. In NEET, the chance is less But if it comes, then you should not say like I don't know. That is the reason why learn the maximum level. Then easy one you can do it. That's why I gave this example also. Right? So this is how the manipulation, solving and understanding everything is important. That too, the usage of mathematics in physics questions, whether it is differentiation or integration or quadratic equation or geometry or something else. So please understand and do the needful application properly, right? So this is how you will use the differentiation manipulation. Now one last and final question. They have given the velocity as 2t minus 3. Then they are asking find displacement and acceleration. So they have given velocity, right? And they are asking displacement and acceleration. So now from velocity, if you want to find displacement, then the formula is integration v dt. And from velocity, if you want to find acceleration, it will become dv by dt, differentiation. So to find one quantity you need integration, to find another quantity you need differentiation. But we have learned how to do integration and differentiation, right? So here they will mention like at t equal to 2 seconds. Then here you will take the limits 0 to 2. 0 to 2. And here after differentiating, you will substitute time as t equal to 2 seconds. So this question just I am leaving you for the calculation purpose. I explained you what you have to do. To find displacement, go for integration. To find acceleration, go for differentiation. Right? So this is how you can do it. But also in physics, somewhere we get relations. So I will tell you few examples like Newton's laws of motion chapter you have studied, where according to Newton's second law, the average force equal to delta P by delta T, or you will say that rate of change in linear momentum is nothing but force. But delta P by delta T is average force. So the force acted for some time, then there is a change in linear momentum, that is delta P by delta T, then it is called average force. But sometimes they will give you the linear momentum of a particle is given by t square minus t plus 1. Then find the instantaneous force on the particle at t equal to 1 second. Then you will have to take instantaneous, that means under the limit delta t tends to 0, then delta p by delta t will become dp by dt. This is nothing but instantaneous force. At any particular instant, we call it as instantaneous value. But instantaneous value, how do you find? Rate of change using the mathematical phenomena differentiation. Then delta p by delta t will become dp by dt. So that d by dt of p is t square minus t plus 1. So t square 2t minus 1, differentiation of 1, 0. So the instantaneous force is 2t minus 1, and at t equal to 1 second, F instantaneous equal to 2 into 1 minus 1, 2 minus 1, 1 Newton. So, in this situation, you should immediately get the idea that at t equal to 1 second, instantaneous force. So, instantaneous force means not delta p by delta t, dp by dt. Then we have to use differentiation. And one more example also I will tell you. Like you have studied work, energy, power. So power equal to what? Power equal to work by time. So here also again average power is the total work done by total time taken. But when you take instantaneous power, then you will take it as dW by dt. Instantaneous power is nothing but dW by dt. Rate of change of work or rate of change of energy, d by dt. Because work is nothing but energy. So in such situation also you will use the differentiation application. So apart from these, also differentiation and integration we will use little bit related to graphs. So what is that? I'll just give you the idea today and then we'll continue in the coming class. So if you consider graph, there are mainly two types of graphs. Graph means the representation of variation in one quantity with respect to other quantity on a graph paper. So how the quantity varying with other variable. But graph may be straight line, graph may be curve. There are two types of graphs, either straight line or curve. And for every graph, whether it is straight or curve, you can find two things, slope and area below the graph. So, types of graphs and all we will study later. But here we will study mainly slope and area below the graph. What is the meaning and what is the way to understand differentiation and integration application related to graphs? That is what we need to understand. So, you have studied the slope of a graph. So the same thing we'll study and we'll try to understand when the differentiation and integration is used in calculating these things. Because many times many questions will come in many chapters of physics related to graphs. Especially when graph is given in physics or question based on graph given in physics, either you will get the answer by finding slope or by finding area below the graph. So we need to understand which one you have to take. But to understand that, we need to first study what is slope, what is area and how to find. And what is the use of differentiation and integration in finding these two things. So let us continue the same thing in the coming class. Right?